After about a 2-hour flight from Austria to Naples and a 1.5-hour shuttle from Naples to Positano, we made it to our hotel and are greeted with this beautiful view from our balcony. Just walking to get to dinner right now, and oh my god, the views here are just insane. Babe is taking a picture. Let me show you what it looks like from here. Look at this gorgeousness. Yep.
Yeah, pictures
wow.
don't do it justice.
I know, pictures don't do it justice at all. Oh my god. Not even this video does it justice. This is unreal. It really didn't take us long to realize that Positano is one of those magical places where there is a scenic view around every single corner. Our first stop was Mac's restaurant for dinner. Mac's restaurant has a beautiful, cozy interior with tons of artwork and a huge wine wall decorating the space. As beautiful as the interior was, we decided to enjoy our first meal in Positano in the garden, and it was absolutely perfect. The next day, we enjoyed the delicious breakfast buffet at our hotel's restaurant overlooking the city of Positano and the Mediterranean Sea. We're having breakfast now at our hotel, and look at this view. After waking up and having breakfast to this view every morning for 7 days, it was hard to imagine what life was like before that. Seriously. After breakfast, we changed and headed out to enjoy some time on the beach, and our first attempt at this was on the public side of the beach, where everyone brings their own towels, lays them out on the beach, and does their thing. The only problem with that is that there are pigeons walking all over the towels and marking their territory as they please, and the volcanic sand and rocks are not the most comfortable to lay on. We also had rocks being kicked onto us as people were walking by, so to say the very least, it wasn't the most pleasant experience. So after that failed attempt to relax on the beach, we thought we'd catch one of these taxi boats to one of the restaurants along the coast that could only be accessed by boat. This red one here goes to Da Adolfo, a restaurant with a notorious reputation. It's considered to be one of the best restaurants in the world by many food bloggers and is impossible to get a reservation at. Trust me, I called about 57 times, and no, that's not an exaggeration. We ended up hacking the system and got a reservation there on another day, but I'll tell you about that a little later. So once we found out that we could only get on a taxi boat with a reservation, we decided to wing it for lunch and make a reservation for another day. For lunch, we decided on this restaurant by the beach called Bar Buca de Bacco, which ended up being amazing. We thoroughly enjoyed our meal and even came back a few times for food and dessert. After lunch, we had our second, more successful attempt at relaxing on the beach, and this time we opted to shell out 12.5 euros for a lounge chair just to be far from the pigeons and rocks. Ridiculously expensive? Yes, but much more enjoyable. So after a couple hours of relaxation, Vlad decided to head back to the hotel before I did, and I decided to explore a little bit before meeting him back in the hotel. so I'm trying to get back to our hotel after the beach. I decided to explore a little bit, and I got a little bit lost. I've been climbing these steps for the last 5 minutes or so, and I'm hoping that it leads to a main road. There's no one here, so I have no idea where I am. I could totally use my phone because I have a GPS on my phone, but that wouldn't be fun, right? I got lucky and I found a local and I asked them if I'm going the right way, so apparently I am. It just took a really, really long way of getting to the main road, but look at what I stumbled upon. So beautiful. So here's a view from here, and now that I'm looking at it, our hotel is on the other side of this coast, so I'm totally going the wrong way. I guess we're going back down.
And after all that, I decided to check out the view at the hotel right next to ours because I heard it was breathtaking. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Just take a look for yourself. Finally made it back to Lanarka Hotel, which is where we were staying. This is a restaurant where we had breakfast every day with this incredible view. After we cleaned ourselves up, we made our way for dinner, and little did I know we would have to trek up that mountain of stairs again to get to the restaurant that we had reserved that night. Great. Just great.
So you know how I got lost today and had to climb like a billion steps of stairs? Well, we have to take those stairs again to this restaurant that we have reservations to. And I decided to wear 4-inch heels. But on the other hand, the view is stunning. Look. Oh my God. Such a bad idea. Spent all this time doing my makeup and now it's coming off because of all the sweat.
So after about a 20-minute hike up the mountain on 4-inch heels, we finally made it to Next 2, a restaurant that came highly recommended by the locals, and it was truly delicious and maybe even worth the pain. The next day ended up being the most magical day from our entire Europe trip for me. It's the day that we went to the Isle of Capri, a dream of mine since I was a teenager. We had to take a 30-minute ferry from Positano to the port of Capri, and then from there we took a private taxi boat to the other side of the island with the best captain I have ever seen. Yep, can you believe it? My husband managed to get all of us to shore safe and sound. On our journey to the other side of the island, we went through some of the most renowned grottos, got to see the island's beauty from the sea, and finally we got to go through the most famous natural arch that Capri is known for. When we made it through the arch, around the corner is a private little beach called La Fontalina. There's a cute little restaurant on the beach by the same name, which is where we went for lunch and took in this beautiful, breathtaking view.
I honestly cannot believe this is real life right now. This is, I know I said this in Positano, I know I said this in Ia, but this is seriously the most beautiful place I have ever seen or been to. And to be able to live this dream that I have envisioned since I was like a teenager, this is just incredible. I feel so grateful and so lucky in this moment to be able to experience this, especially with my husband here. It's just absolutely insane. The entire way here, I had tears filling up in my eyes because I'm just so happy right now. Like, it's just so hard to express into words. The main thing that just takes your breath away is understanding that all of this beauty is made by Mother Nature. It's all natural. This is just like on another level, just insane. We just had lunch at the restaurant here, and now we just rented some mattresses and towels to sit on this little cliff, and I'm going to show you the view that I have in front of me. After some fun in the sun and some swimming in the sea, we hopped onto one of these taxi boats to this marina you see here called Marina Piccolo. And from there, we had to take a taxi back to the other side of the island to catch a ferry back to Positano. This is a taxi that we're taking to the port where the ferry is going to take us back to Positano. Cute! What do you think about this ride, babe?
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. It matches your shorts.
That's why I picked it.
So cute. Look at this view. I swear we felt like we were out of an old school Italian movie riding through the mountain in this retro convertible. Since we had a little bit of time to kill before catching our ferry, our amazing taxi driver gave us a tour of all of the main spots in Capri, including Anna Capri and the stunning views from the terrace of Hotel Augustus, which you see here. How stunning is this? Then off we went back on the ferry to Positano, and I've never been so sad to leave a place in my entire life. Capri was truly something else, but we had more adventures awaiting for us in Positano, and we'll make sure we come back to visit Capri again someday. Once we were back in Positano, we freshened up and made our way to Da Vincenzo for dinner, which ended up being our favorite restaurant in Positano. It was so good, we came back again 2 nights later. Yeah, we didn't like this food at all, right? So what did you think about De Vincenzo?
Very good.
Very good. Are we coming back here?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Food was bomb.
Yeah, this place is definitely a must-try when in Positano. Remember when I told you we hacked our way into getting a table at the ever so popular Da Adolfo restaurant? Here's how we did it. Our concierge told us about this new restaurant that opened up on the same private beach as Da Adolfo called Treville Beach Club. So we made a reservation, hopped on the Treville taxi boat, had a beautiful lunch on the beach with a tableside preparation of one of the dishes we ordered, a recipe that I shared on my Snap for those of you who follow, by the way. It was a tuna salad with tomatoes, radicchio, red onion, Kalamata olives, and a dressing of real Dijon mustard, EVOO or extra virgin olive oil, balsamic, and salt and pepper. So easy and so tasty. I've literally been making the salad for my husband and I every single week since we got back. After lunch, we walked over to Da Adolfo and spoke directly to the owner about making a reservation for our last day in Positano, and it was done. Easy as that. For dinner that night, we went back to Bar Buca de Bacco and enjoyed another delicious meal by the shore and indulged in the dessert afterwards. Homemade pistachio cake for Vlad and stracciatella gelato and fruit for me. So good.
Sleeping. It's closing its eyes. So cute.
You know, it's adorable. I already did. Never-ending stairs. Who's at the top? Hey. Hey, hottie.
You can't come to Positano and not explore the Amalfi coast. So on this day, we rented an old-school Peugeot convertible and navigated our way through the Amalfi coast. Vlad drove while I had my anxiety attacks. Just kidding. It was the road trip of a lifetime and a wild ride with all the crazy, narrow, curvy roads. Literally every turn was a view more stunning than the next, and instead of a fast food stopover like we have in North America at every highway exit, here there stood organic fruit and spice vendors. How amazing is that? Honestly, even getting stuck in traffic here was pleasant because we could take a moment to admire the scenic beauty around us.
Oh, this is gonna be tight.
That's what's up.
Oh man. Skirt? No?
I eat buses for breakfast.
Never getting up of tunnels. These are so cool.
I need a Ferrari here for the tunnels. So I can do my little sound.
This one's better than the other one. Yeah, right. Don't even try. It's not gonna work here.
Oh look, here's the sign.
Wow. Look at the view here.
Our first stop was at Grotto della Esmeralda in Praiano, a small city nestled in between Positano and Amalfi. How do you like our makeshift iPhone holder, by the way? Vlad stuck rolled a business card into the GPS holder to hold up his iPhone so we can safely navigate our way around. Pretty nifty, I've gotta say. So we made our way down underground to check out the cave, and wow, was it stunning! I only wish that my camera was able to pick up its beauty the way it was in real life.
So what did you think of
Everything alright?
Everything alright.
You like my special tour, very different. This is...
After visiting the grotto, we hopped back into our car and headed to the city of Amalfi.
I actually like driving in Italy a lot.
Yeah? So you're used to driving this car?
Yeah. On these city's roads.
These roads, you like the turns?
Yeah.
What's my favorite part? Come on, you know what I like.
The grottos and the tunnels.
And the tunnels, yes. Love the tunnels.
Real tunnel ride.
There's always such a beautiful view at the end of the tunnel. This is the only time Vlad is not stressed out when we are stuck in traffic, right?
Yeah.
Stuck in traffic, but look at these stunning scenic views. Beautiful.
Can you show us some moves?
So tight. ITALIA! See that?
I'll zoom in.
We made our way to the main square and headed to this little gem of a restaurant called Taverna degli Apostoli, which was perfectly nestled right on the side of the great cathedral of Amalfi. I'm telling you guys, the food here was on another level. It was hands down the best food we had on our entire Europe trip, and that's not an exaggeration. I'm literally salivating right now just thinking about this place. After lunch, we decided we wanted to check out the cathedral, and wow, was it breathtaking. So much history and beauty here.
Clearly, I wasn't prepared for coming here, and I didn't bring anything to cover my shoulders, so this little paper scarf will have to do for now.
The rhythm of the universe. You
We couldn't leave Amalfi before having some gelato, so that's what we did while exploring the main square, and then hopped into our car and headed off to our next destination, Ravello. Ravello is just one of those magical places that has a stunning view everywhere you look. It is abundant with greenery, old historic buildings and ruins, and gorgeous handmade Italian ceramics of all sizes and colors. We had absolutely no plan of what we wanted to do or see in Ravello, so we just winged it. And sometimes you stumble upon some beautiful gems along the way, which is exactly what happened to us.
You know why there are no gyms in Italy? Because there are stairs and ramps and mountains everywhere. Who needs a gym when you can have a Stairmaster right here with this beautiful view? Right, babe? How you doing?
In my life.
That climb was definitely worth it, because if it weren't for that, we wouldn't have stumbled upon this little hotel with the most gorgeous view of Ravello.
Wow. Wow. This is stunning.
The last stop of our Amalfi Coast road trip was Sorrento, where we stopped over to explore and have dinner at a pizzeria highly recommended to us by the locals. And of course, after walking around and exploring the city, we couldn't leave before having some dessert. It was the cherry on top of an already perfect day.
Finally made it to
Finally, our last day in Positano, we made it to Da Adolfo for lunch to see what all the hype was about, and I'm sorry to say, it was not what we expected. Everything about this place was different, almost as if on purpose. There were no menus, and the only menu we had was a chalkboard at the back of the restaurant that was handwritten on a daily basis. Not a problem, right? Well, it is if you can't read Italian, because the entire menu from start to finish was in Italian, and the only way you could decipher what to order was by listening to your waiter translate every single item on the menu. The food was also overrated in our opinions, and the only standout in our entire meal were these mussels. Those were legit the best mussels I have ever eaten in my entire life.
Vlad doesn't even eat mussels, but he agreed that they were delicious. So delicious, in fact, that we ordered another plate of them. After lunch, we rented a couple beach chairs on the private beach and just soaked in every last minute we had in this beautiful place.
All the endings aren't in sight, no, we simply cannot see. So just stop and close your eyes.
We couldn't leave Positano without going to our favorite restaurant in the city, so for dinner we headed back to Vincenzo and ordered the same exact thing we ordered the first time we were there, and it was just as good as we remembered. And of course, we couldn't say goodbye without having one more taste of the delicious desserts at Bar Buca de Bacco.
О, диви, а ну, дівчино, очі